Back in 2018, I used an explosive gas meter to test if there was gas in the house. I walked it across the flat area and up into the loft. As it was going across the flat area, the beeps were getting more. Now this unit has to be calibrated before you use it. It doesn't beep at all if there's no gas present, and as you take it up the stairs it beeps more and more. Now when I did it, when I got to the loft and got into the loft, it was going off the scale. It was almost one continual beep. Anyway, somebody else went back and done it, and this is what they've got. And as soon as it started beeping and started getting faster, yeah, they came out. So they've only recorded a short bit where they were going across the flat towards the loft area. They've only recorded the short bit where they were going from the flat towards the loft area and then turned it off. I think it shows the presence of gas. It also throws into question the following news article. Now this article goes back to 6th of June 2007. It says this: arson attack predicted by office owner's family. The arson attack on the Gwalior office in Hmnnnn was not unexpected, it's been claimed. Now to give you a bit of perspective, Gwalior office in Hmnnnn then became Heavenly Nails, and after that it became Sophia Nails. And when I bought the property, 20 College Street, the rear bit, it was fire damaged. The offices have closed. And the story goes on. Jane John, whose father owns the office, says it was a case of I told you so. Mrs. John said she'd been urging Carmarthenshire Council to secure an adjoining flat and attached house to stop using the property as a meeting place. But Mrs. John said this has not been done, and youngsters have been using the property to store stolen goods. I've asked the Council's Public Protection Department to serve an enforcement notice on the owner of the house to secure the building, says Mrs. John of Tyrredale. But their efforts were not adequate, and youths were able to get in and out of the building. Officers did a land registry search to find out who the present owner was, and said that they would serve a notice on him to maintain the property. If he did not do this, then they said they'd do it themselves and charge him. But all they did was put up MDF boards which my 8-year-old daughter would probably be able to break through. Mother of one said the offices have been gutted by the fire which started in the front bedroom. Her father, John Edwards, is now faced with a repair bill for thousands of pounds. I've been informed by the police that youths had access to the flat for many months, said Mrs. John. In October, I spoke to Public Protection and expressed my concerns about the safety of the site. I told the council at the time that youths could damage the property and could even start a fire. Now that's happened, will they do something? Now, after knowing there was explosive gas in the house, isn't it much more likely that the actual cause of the fire was that explosive gas? The news article, to my mind, the news article raises some questions. The first is this: how would you know stolen goods have been stored at the property? How would you know that the fire started in the first floor bedroom? And in the article it mentions that the property had been secured by MDF boards. Then how could children have got in? I mean, when I bought that property, it was secured by MDF boards. I had to actually take the MDF boards down to get in. In fact, it was me and my son that had to remove those boards. Well, an MDF board, they're not actually MDF, it was a type of chipboard. It was a solid, thick, heavy chipboard. And we found it quite a task to remove it. Thanks for listening.